Hello, everybody. This is Cinema Cody, and I'm back. I've been on vacation in Florida for the past week, and this is my first time filming since then. Em painted my nails. Aren't they just glamorous, lovely, beautiful? I watched some movies while I was, it was a 15-hour drive from Oklahoma to Florida. Yeah, we drove. And then 15 hours back. I wasn't driving, thank goodness. I was getting to relax in the back of the truck. So on the way there, we left at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I mostly slept a lot, and then I tried to sleep. It was like sleep like this, crick in my neck. Okay, sleep like this, crick in my neck. And I listened to the whole audiobook of Where the Crawdads Sing, the book, and it was really good. Then on the trip back, I watched the movie Where the Crawdads Sing, and I loved it even more than the book, because the book had a lot of kind of, I don't know, it's like slower and longer descriptions and stuff. And in the end credits of the movie, there's a Taylor Swift song called Carolina. I didn't even know it was Taylor Swift. Like, it didn't even sound like Taylor Swift to me. I was just like, wow, this is such a pretty song. So I immediately looked it up and added it to my playlist, and I was like, oh, it's Taylor Swift, okay. And I've been obsessed with that song and listening to it over and over again. I wish I could react to it, but I've already heard it a bunch of times, so it would be kind of weird. So yeah, if you haven't seen Where the Crawdads Sing, go watch it and check out the song Carolina by Taylor Swift, because it's really good. Or if you like to read, I suggest the book. But I actually thought the movie was better than the book, because it was like all the good parts, very concise, and I think it followed the book really closely. Like, a lot of these movies based on books I've been watching lately they change all kinds of stuff, like all kinds of details and stuff, and I don't think they really changed much. Nothing that seemed, kind of pulled you out or anything obvious, from the book. It stayed pretty close to the book, but it just made it more, concise. More, they squished it down and kept all the good bits in, What else? I watched a few other movies on the trip back. I watched a vampire movie called The Invitation, which I thought was pretty good. The vampire guy was very hot, although very, what's the word? Toxic. Like, not a good personality, red flags going off, but he was hot. And I thought the plot was a little, I don't know, a little unbelievable, but I don't know. It was a fun vampire movie. And I watched the Grand Budapest Hotel, which I've heard a lot of, acclaim about, and it had a lot of big actors in it. It was crazy how many big actors was in it. I'm a big fan of Ralph Fiennes. He starred in it. Saoirse Ronan is one of my favorite actresses. She was in it. There were so many actors in it. Bill Murray was in it. Adrian Brody, I think is his name. I'm not really a big fan of his. Tilda Swinton. Is it Swinton? Tilda Swinton. Which I wasn't sure it was her. I don't know a whole lot about her. Willem Dafoe, Jeff Goldblum, Harvey Keitel, Jude Law, Edward Norton, Jason Schwartzman, Tilda Swinton, Owen Wilson. It was like every time he turned around, a familiar face popped up. I thought the movie was kind of kooky, I don't know. It's kind of kooky, kind of fun, but it was just not for me. It was too weird. I thought the storyline was weird. I wasn't quite following it. It was just too out there, too strange of a story. I didn't quite get it. It wasn't for me. It wasn't my cup of tea. So I don't. Grand Budapest Hotel was a thumbs down for me. I didn't watch as many movies as I thought I was going to. I brought like 10 movies with me, but I don't know. I was taking turns with M. She was watching movies too. She watched The Little Mermaid and Despicable Me 2, I think. And Willow. And there was a lot of sleeping and a lot of scrolling through Facebook and a lot of watching YouTube videos and just staring out the window as we passed through all these states. Arkansas and Mississippi and Alabama. We went through the corner of Tennessee, which I've never been in Tennessee before, so that was exciting. That the fact that we just got to cross the border and go into Tennessee at all. We didn't do anything exciting there, but it's just like, I'm in Tennessee for the first time in my life. It was like when we went to Gulf Shores, Alabama a few years ago. It was my first time to go. We crossed through the corner of Louisiana. It was my first time to be in Louisiana. We didn't do anything exciting, but we passed through it. And Mississippi and Alabama, my first times going there. But this trip, it was my first time to be in Tennessee and Florida. I'd never been there before. I haven't been very many places. So now I've been to Oklahoma, Kansas, just across the border, Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, Louisiana, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. Yeah, all the southern states. I haven't been anywhere else. I've never been on a plane, never been outside the country. I've only seen the ocean twice in my life, and it was the Gulf of Mexico, in Alabama and in Florida, when I was 30 and when I was 34. Okay, so a lot of talking on this one. So let me tell you about my Nick Cage journey. I used to not like Nick Cage. I was judgmental. If you ask me, like, who do you think's the worst actors? What actors do you just, like, not like? And if you hear they're in a movie, it's like a turn off. You don't want to watch the movie. It was Nick Cage. I thought he was a bad actor. I thought he was corny, cheesy, cringe. I didn't understand why he was an actor. I didn't understand why people liked him and paid for him to be in their movies. And I also didn't find him attractive at all, which helps, you know. It helps if the actor's attractive. They might not be the best actor, but, you know. So I just didn't understand Nick Cage. I didn't get it. The first movie I saw him in where I thought he was actually pretty decent was National Treasure. I was like, okay, he's not so bad. I kind of like him. Also, I think I saw before that he was in a serious movie, but I was a really little kid, so I didn't really appreciate it. I need to watch it again with adult eyes. I know my parents were watching it, and I thought the movie was really boring. What was that movie? It was something about war, like the chandelier, what was it called? Something to do with was it mandolin? Something to do with a candle or a mandolin or something weird. Not Lord of War. It's not Wind Talkers. Captain Corelli's Mandolin. I didn't know it was called that. I thought it had a simpler title than that. It's from 2001. Captain Corelli's Mandolin. And I don't know, I thought the love story was decent and stuff, but I was a kid, so I wasn't really paying attention. And I watched Ghost Rider, but I thought it was kind of cheesy and corny. Season of the Witch. And anyways, somehow, as I grew older, like after I had my daughter or so, maybe in the last 7 to 8 years or something, I just completely switched. And now I think he's awesome. Now I think he's interesting, fun. I think he's a really good actor. He just makes some strange choices sometimes. A lot of yelling, a lot of exaggeration, a lot of craziness in the eyes. But I no longer think of it as like bad acting, corny. Now I think it's fun. I don't know why. My brain switched. I guess I was just judging him, didn't really know him. And now I've seen a lot more movies with him. And The Family Man, I liked him in that. And I've seen more movies with him. I saw Kick-Ass, that one movie where he won the lottery. It Could Happen to You, I think is what it Could Happen to You. Yeah. I didn't like Guarding Tess, but that's just because I thought the movie was boring, the way it was written. Love Face Off. I saw that late in life. I barely remember Snake Eyes. I think I saw it, but I was really young, so I don't really remember. Seen Lord of War, but it wasn't really my type of movie. It was kind of boring to me. Sorcerer's Apprentice. Joe was kind of a slow movie. I didn't think it was just a little too slow for me. It wasn't my fave. Anyways, I admire his work ethic because he's in so many things. He seems down to earth. He's funny. He's charismatic. He seems really friendly and nice. I could be totally wrong, but I've seen many interviews with him, and he seems fun and cool and interesting and eccentric, and so somehow I flipped a switch and now I like Nick Cage. And whenever it used to be, if I heard he was in a movie, I didn't want to watch it. It's like, ugh, Nick Cage is in it. And now it's the opposite. If I hear Nick Cage is in a movie, I'm like, I want to see it just because he's in it, and that's the only reason why. The movie might be stupid, but I want to watch it. He hasn't had all good movies, that's for sure. I watched this movie called Pig. I didn't like it at all. I thought it was dumb. But I like that he takes risks and he does all kinds of different stuff, from, dramatic, slow, indie type movies to bigger budget action movies to all kinds of different things. Movies about magic and fantasy stuff and more serious, dramatic, romance type movies. He does everything. He's so versatile and out there. I didn't really like the movie Renfield, but I thought that was one of his best acting jobs. He did incredible playing, I don't know if he was Dracula exactly. I think he was Dracula. Nosferatu. He was the vampire, Yeah, that's Dracula. Count Dracula. Because Renfield is his assistant or whatever. He's loyal to him. So yeah. He did a crazy amazing job playing him, I thought. Almost as good as Gary Oldman. I don't know if I could say he's as good as Gary Oldman, because that's really hard to say when he played Dracula. But Gary Oldman did an incredible job performance. I hate the movie. I honestly hate that movie. But I thought Gary Oldman's performance in it was incredible, playing Dracula in Bram Stoker. I always have trouble saying that. I want to say Stroker, but it's Bram. I don't know if it's Bram or Bram. It's short for Abraham. Bram. So I think it's Bram Stoker Dracula. Anyways, whatever. It's a very long video here, talking. People are gonna get mad at me. I don't care. I'm just chatting. You know, I'm just sitting around chatting. We're going to watch a Nick Cage movie that I heard about called Longlegs. Very strange title. Makes me think of Granddaddy Long... I can't talk. Granddaddy Long Legs. I don't know how well known those things are, but where I live, it's very common. Granddaddy Long Legs. It's these... I actually think I heard that they're not actually spiders, but we always thought of them as spiders. I think they're like beetles, but I'm not really sure. They look like spiders, and they have teeny tiny little round bodies, but very long, skinny legs. And they can't hurt you. I used to pick them up when I was a kid all the time, be like, "Ugh." Now I don't really want to pick them up. I'm I'm not too scared of them, but I don't want to pick them up. What I heard is that they could be venomous, but their mouths are too tiny and they can't bite humans because of the way their mouths are shaped or something. So they're not poisonous to us. I don't know if that's like urban legend or what, but that's what I've always heard. And we call them Granddaddy Longlegs. I don't know what else you call them, but that's what we always call them. So, I don't know what Longlegs is. It's all ran together, too. It's not like long legs. It's long legs, all ran together. Longlegs. I heard Nick Cage is in it. I think I heard that it was like scary. I don't know if it's horror or if it's psychological, thriller, something like that. Possibly about a serial killer. I'm not sure if Nick Cage is like a creepy bad guy, like a serial killer, or if he's like a cop or a detective trying to hunt down a killer. I'm not sure, and I don't know who else is in it, and I don't really know anything about it. And it comes out July 12th, it says, which right now it's June 18th, and I should be putting this video out today, hopefully. Let's check it out, see if it looks weird. My stomach's growling. See if it looks weird or if it looks like something cool. Because some of his movies look weird. But I want to see them anyways because they have Nick Cage in them. Neon.
Is it scary being a lady FBI agent?
Yeah. Take a nice long look. The letter was left with the bodies. Signed with one word.
Beast rise up.
Is the one word Longlegs? What does that mean? It sounded like outside of her door, it sounded like someone said cuckoo, cuckoo, and it sounded like Nick Cage's voice to me, going cuckoo, like really creepy. Lady detective. So I'm guessing Nick Cage is the creepy guy, like the serial killer. Kind of reminds me of Silence of the Lambs. You know, Clarice Starling. He's leaving creepy clues. I don't know what Longlegs is about. It looks interesting.
Out of the sea, with 7 heads and 10 horns. And on his horns he wore 10 crowns. On each head was written a blasphemous name.
What aren't you telling me?
He'll kill, and kill again.
I know you're not afraid of a little bit of dark. Because you are the dark.
Do you still say your prayers? scared me. Hello?
You could have been nice with me. But you didn't. And that has led to all of this. I'll be waiting.
Very mysterious. Didn't give a whole lot away on that trailer. It was just all like mysterious symbols and craziness. Like, don't know what's going on. Seemed very like demonic, and there was some weird satanic, devilly, demony stuff going on or something. Whether it's real or not, I don't know. Is it just a guy? Is it just a serial killer that is playing games, and or is it actually like there's something going on, like some possession type stuff, or like some magical things, elements happening? I don't know. It could be good or it could be weird. It's hard to tell. I want to watch it though, see what it's about, see what's going on. If that's Nick Cage's voice speaking, sounds very creepy. I think he's really good at playing creepy. Well, tell me what you thought in the comment section. Please like, subscribe, and have a nice day. Bye.